Watch for the Enzoil Pro Riders as they charge up the hill towards this right-hander. Adam Peterson grabbing that stud boy hole shot, but he's got company to his outside. Logan Christian, who gets run off the track, he'll have to rejoin. Meanwhile, it looks like as they charge down the hill, we've got a brand new leader. That is Oscar Norm, who has taken over the top spot as Francis Pelletier comes smoking from the back of the field up to the number 5 spot here in just a quarter of a lap.
Yeah, so your top 5, Norm, Ischel, Peterson, Pelletier, and Christian. Christian with a really great start. Sled got a little bit squirrely. We're still bunched up. We have almost 4 wide for the 3rd place position.
And look who is snuck up into second and about to take the lead from Oscar Norm, Elias Ischel. Meanwhile, Daniel Benham clipping the Coroplast sign on the inside of the skidoo turn. We've got a side-by-side battle for the lead and a side-by-side battle for 3rd. Ischel can't shake Oscar Norm, who goes back up front.
Almost booted him off the track. Oscar Norm almost got punted. Didn't happen. Elias Ischel going to keep her going, take that inside line.
Meanwhile, Oscar going for the outside line. Downhill drag race now here early on in this Enzoil Pro Final. Norm gets just a little bit of breathing space, but the Viking Rocket winding up here as they get ready to hit the Enzoil finish line. He's going to switch up lanes and go for the outside here in the Air Force corner.
And Hunter Patnode right there, just behind them, side by side with Adam Peterson for, again, that 3rd place position. Right now, we see Elias Ischel taking the opposite side of the track on the outside line.
And it didn't quite work for the Viking Rocket as Patnode starts to draw in on him along with Peterson and Logan Christian. So a good battle here throughout the top 5 positions. Ischel trying to drop down low here. Is he going to go for the, wow, he went for the stuff pass and he had to check up as Oscar Norm came across the bow, so to speak.
Beautiful jump towards the inside by Elias Ischel right off of your screen.
And Ischel still pouring the coals on, but Norm up to the task. As you can watch, Ischel bound his way down here through that Arctic Cat rhythm section. Couple of sled lengths back behind Oscar Norm as they come back over the Enzoil finish line.
It's Norm versus Ischel, and why do I like this one so much? Elias Ischel keeps it going. Got all squirreled up in that corner, but powers through it. No, we had seen great runs, of course, 2 wins on the weekend for Elias Ischel coming out of another ski hill track, Lake Geneva. It's been a minute since we've seen Oscar Norm on the podium. That came in the closing rounds of 2021, but take nothing away from his runs last weekend at the ski hill of Grand Geneva. So there we have your 3rd place rider, Hunter Patnode, still right there.
And Ischel again going for that knife move there on the inside of the FXR turn. He's not close enough to execute it yet. He'll try carving back to the inside of the Polaris turn. Oscar Norm staying with that outside lane. Right now that outside lane looks to be the preferred lane coming in, plus this right-hand side, or excuse me, left-hand side as you're watching on screen, seems to be the smoother run down, but Ischel making that right side work as he comes back at him again. Oh, let's see what line he takes. He's going to go to the outside, Norm to the inside. Norm gets the run off, but here comes Ischel, bounding on the edge of the track. Can he take the lead here?
Both riders on the very edges of the course. Elias Ischel has closed in this lap.
Oh, and Oscar kind of pushes out there just enough to put Elias Ischel offline as this great battle for the race lead continues here in the Enzoil Pro Final. Ischel goes for the block pass and can't get it from Norm.
Checks up just as much as he needed to. Oscar Norm keeps it going. That speed allowed him to stay contact-free inside line. Is it going to be advantageous for Ischel? It would appear so.
And Ischel finally able to wrestle the lead away from Oscar Norm, but Norm roars right back as they come back down through the Arctic Cat section. Ischel finally gets a couple of sled lengths gap as they come over the Enzoil finish line. And we still have 5.5 minutes plus 2 laps left to go in this one.
Yeah, this one's just getting started, and we had seen lap traffic there. That was Emil Haar there at the top left-hand corner of your screen. That is Hunter Patnode being chased down by, I believe, Adam Peterson, but Francis Pelletier right there as well.
And that Emil Haar going down a lap here in the early going, that's a big story. And the yellow flag out, I think, yes, Francis Pelletier has crashed. Pelletier is off his sled in the skidoo uphill. He was running in the number 5 position. This is really going to shake up the point standings with Patnode right now sitting in a podium spot in 3rd, Harback in 13th, and Peltier's sled being pushed off the track.
And his goggles are off. That tells me that this sled may be beyond quick repair to re-enter this race. So back to those championship point standings. But first, before I get into that, Adam Peterson all over the number 8 Hunter Patnode. This is for one of your top positions.
Yeah, this is the fight for 3rd and 4th right now. So it's a fight for the podium, and for Hunter Patnode, it's a fight to possibly leapfrog a couple of positions in the point standings going into the 16th and final round of the season. But Peterson has something he wants to say about it. He's trying to creep up on the inside of Hunter as they come to the top of the hill in the skidoo corner. He's right in the sled tracks of the number 8 sled.
Not going to give up. Hunter Patnode with his first career win earlier this season. Adam Peterson says he feels like there's a few races that he felt like could have been his, but it just hasn't been enough. But he said he's learned so much, and he knows he has more left in the tank for these final 2 rounds. We'll see if he's able to gain a position on Hunter Patnode.
He tries to crank the inside, but again, that outside lane off that Polaris turn right now is the preferred line. But look at Peterson almost land on the back end of Patnode. Almost like he's getting a piggyback ride through the Arctic Cat section. Down the hill they will come and back to the Amsoil finish line. Still 3 minutes, 50 seconds plus 2 laps to go. Ischel leads by 3 seconds over Norm. You're watching the battle for 3rd here between Patnode and Peterson, and it's a dandy.
And there, just behind Peterson, is Logan Christian. Hunter Patnode's Shearing Speed Sports Skidoo teammate has closed in, so he's going to be watching this one. Logan Christian wants to make a statement by finishing on the podium for the first time this season, so Adam Peterson continues to chase him down, both taking a similar line.
They head back through the Polaris uphill. Patnode pushing that sled to its limit as he cranks off the inside of the Polaris turn. Gets ready to launch down through this Arctic Cat rhythm section.
And Elias Ischel has extended his race lead over Oscar Norm to 3.3 seconds. And the distance between Norm and Patnode is 3.2 seconds. So your top 3 distancing out just a little bit, putting a gap amongst one another, but not this one.
And here is Peterson trying an extreme inside lane. Same thing that Patnode's working with as they come down the hill. And while these two are still battling each other for position, they're actually starting to reel in Oscar Norm, who is running in the number 2 spot. So while Ischel may be comfortably out in front, potentially looking at locking up a 4th Amsoil Pro Championship, this battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I think, is going to go down to the wire as Peterson tries to make another run through the Polaris uphill.
Yeah, and just another update, we have seen Francis Pelletier, of course, has exited the race, as well as Dan Benham, so he's been out for about 4 laps now. And in terms of the points championship, Emil Hart tagging the field with Francis Pelletier out. That could really shake things up with your top 5.
And there is your race leader, Elias Ischel, as he makes his way back down here through some of the tough rhythms. Keeping it nice and straight as he works his way up the Skidoo Hill. He'll crank around here at the top, get ready to pass under that Red Bull track truss that leads into this flyaway downhill section. Still catching the big triple here.
Ischel eyeing up win number 9 of the season if he's able to hang on for another 1.5 plus 2 laps. So all said and done, about 3.5 minutes remaining. So these long races, these big motos, fitness kicking into high gear. But Elias Ischel, he knows that he can get it done, a proven track record with this Theme Motorsports Skidoo.
There were a lot of questions at the beginning of the season when it was announced that Elias was moving over to the Theme Motorsports camp as to how competitive he was going to be. Well, he's answered that with an exclamation point. Meanwhile, that battle for 3rd heating up again. Peterson got close, gave a little look at Hunter Patnode, but Hunter able to scoot away once again. But they're coming into some traffic as well as catching up to Oscar Norm. The gap between Norm and Patnode, less than 2 seconds right now.
Adam Peterson has gained just a little bit of breathing room over the number 43 of Logan Christian. But now the sights are set as Hunter Patnode chases down and looks to make a move on the number 40, Oscar Norm.
So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with 30 seconds plus 2 laps left to go are going to fight to settle this one on the track as Norm charges that Henches Racing Monster Energy Polaris down through the Arctic Cat section. Patnode in pursuit. Peterson trying to challenge him down the hill, and here comes Peterson with a great run. Oh boy, and Patnode takes his line away in mid-air.
Great reactivity and move by Hunter Patnode to seal off that line. Wow, the reactivity to do so in the air, not so easy to do, especially, whoa,
wow.
Big save.
Yeah,
he keeps it going. Number 3, Adam Peterson.
And now Patnode again sniffing that second spot as they get up to the top of the hill. The clock is expired, so the leader, Elias Ischel, will get 2 to go when he crosses the Amsoil finish line. But this battle here for second, third, and fourth, it's still on.
That mirrors what we're seeing in the point standings here too. Trying to make it look around, not enough speed to do the deed in that corner. Adam Peterson going to try to make it happen next time by. Will he take the outside line?
Now he's content to follow Patnode through, but he has been making some quality bonsai charges down this Arctic Cat section. Double, double. Now he has to single it up, doubles again. Closing in again on Patnode. They're going to come around. There is the 2 to go signal at the Amsoil finish line jump. These guys are going to be plumb wore out when they make it to the podium. If they make it there, it's still up in the air. Literally, Patnode on the edge of the track. Here comes Peterson charging up. Norm looks over his shoulder, and all of a sudden, there's Patnode right there.
And how do you do that? How do you do that on this kind of track when it is just so chewed up and eaten up this course to run it on the ragged edge that far inside and even the outside line too to try to make a run for a pass? So a gutsy move, but that's what you got to do. You got to go where they ain't, and these riders mixing up their lines really because they have to. Just look at how messy this course has gotten, so it's really about reading the lines and adapting with ease.
Your point leader, Elias Ischel, up in front, will get the white flag when he comes to the Amsoil finish line jump. So working his final tour around, looking to pick up another win and possibly ice a 4th Amsoil Pro Championship. His final lap is underway as he heads through the Skidoo uphill, and about 4 seconds behind him is that battle that's been raging for most of the race for second, third, and fourth between Norm, Patnode, and Peterson.
A beautiful run, and more on Thien Skidoo, Thien Motorsports, a team who really, the expectations were high this year and they delivered, not just with Elias Ischel, but as well with Marcus Ogamar and Andy Peck and the entire operation. They've really stepped up to the plate, and to come away with what has been 3 weekend sweeps so far this year just for Elias Ischel, that says something right there.
And Ischel getting ready to power it down through the Skidoo rhythm section, the Arctic Cat section for the final time. Norm has gotten a little bit of breathing room on Patnode. We're coming down to the checkers, coming off the final corner. There they are, the double checkers for Elias Ischel. The Viking Rocket wins in Cannonsburg, Michigan over Oscar Norm and Hunter Patnode. Adam Peterson will have to settle for a 4th place.